Warning. The following broadcast contains massive cock energy. Listener discretion is highly advised. It's the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy, live on 91.9 KOCK.
Well, hello, everybody! It is time. You're here live for the debut of the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy here on 91.9 KOCK. Boy, so glad to see you all guys tonight. And we're hoping to have a great show here for you. A couple hours of some live entertainment. Well, recorded entertainment, but somewhat live entertainment. Anyway, hey, listen here. It's so great to be back on the airwaves after so many years of a, quote-unquote disgraced career, right? It's all false allegations until it isn't. That's all I got to say about that anyway. Hey, what about that traffic in there today? Man, it is crazy out there in Los Santos. I mean, the skies are sunny, but there are cars packed a mile long. They really got to do something about this. I mean, I got to put a letter into the mayor's office. I mean, who designed these goddamn roads? I mean, it's just an absolute disgrace out there. But hey, you know what? Enough about the jibber jabbering. Again, this is our first debut here on 91.9 KOCK, and I got to say, I am so grateful. So grateful to this great station and this great nation. Haha, little pun there for you. So glad that they gave me a platform here. They said, hey, you know what, Chip? We got to get you back on the air, man. You had such a great show for all those years. And, we did so great on TV. We got to get your voice back on here. History be damned, right? So anyway, hey, listen. All right. So, I got a couple great things for you tonight. I got some a special guest or two, and we got some music, of course. And we'll just keep going on and just jibber jabbering about all the local things going on out here in Los Santos and Blaine County, all that kind of stuff. It's just been absolutely crazy out here the last few months. Just the other day, right? I was traveling down the road, and I was doing 64 in I think a 55. And the sheriff had the nerve to pull me over and say, sir, I need you to go and get down. Get down on the ground. Get out. And I was like, what? All for speeding? Are you kidding me right now? You must be kidding me. And he wasn't kidding me, actually. He threw me in jail overnight, but that's all right. That's neither here nor there. So, hey, anyway, let's get some music going here. And we'll be here for about a half hour, and then we're going to go ahead and run a commercial break, and I think that's going to be just about that. So let's find some tunes here for you that are going to be absolutely wonderful. I think you're going to love every single one of the songs we're bringing in tonight. That's pretty much that. We're going to start out with a local favorite, the gentleman by the name of Big Tal Timmy, who I'm sure you guys may have heard of before. He has a lot of great hits out here, and I know this is a big request. I know all the teenagers and the popular people are all in on it, and it's this new number trend, 6-7, right? 6-7 is what they're saying out there. So this one goes out to Joey Sids out there, 6-7 Joey, from our friend Big Tal Timmy, live here on 91.9 KOCK.
Joey on the mic like 6-7. Yeah. Same two words all day. I'm guessing. Yeah. Walk in the room, he's counting again. 6-7 on loop like it's stuck in his head. Ask him a question, same two you get. What's 2 + 2? 6-7, he said. Inside joke crew, but he never explains. Every group chat ping, same phrase, same slang. Mama said speak clear, he just grinned instead. 6-7, that's all he said. Woo! Joey say 6-7 all the time. Every single sentence, every line. Asked him what it means, he just smiles. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 on rewind. Joey say 6-7 all the time. Echo in the hallway, in my mind. World don't don't make sense, but he fine. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 on rewind. Teacher taking roll, he answers the call. Not here, not present, just 6, then y'all. Then 7 right after class starts to laugh. He turned 2 numbers to his autograph. On his hat, on his shoe, Sharpie on his hand, gamer tag, username, same tool, same brand. Ask bro why, he shrugs deadpan. 6, 7, that's the whole plan. Joey say 6, 7 all the time. Every single sentence, every line. Asked him what it means, he just smiles. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 on rewind. Joey say 6, 7 all the time. Echo in the hallway, in my mind. In my world don't make sense, but he finds 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 on rewind. Maybe it's lucky, maybe it's cold, maybe it's just how he walks through the world. But when life feels heavy, he just shrugs and goes 6, 7, like he in control. Joey say 6, 7 all the time. Every single sentence, every line. Ask him what it means, he just smiles. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 on rewind. Joey say 6, 7 all the time. Echo in the hallway, in my mind. The world don't make sense, but he finds 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 on rewind.
Well, that was a great hit by MGTOW Timmy. 6, 7 here for you. Special shout out again to Joey Sids out there. Hope you guys are doing well. Listen to 91.9 KOCK hitting you now with a heavy hit here coming in live. 91.9 KOCK. All right, that was Separate Ways by Blaine County's own Heavy Gaming. Hey, How about that one? That was a pretty hot one. That reminds me of all the times I used to go clubbing out there in Vice City back in the 80s. Well, you know, I don't want to date myself too much. Anyway, all right, well, that's another story for another time. Anyway, let's change it up a little bit. We'll get something a little more bluesy here for you guys. This will be a big shout out to one of our finest and bravest in blue for Trooper Z. This is his one of his anthems that he's provided to us tonight. So it's it's a really special moment. I'm a fan of law enforcement. Sometimes they are a little egregious in what they do, but for the most part, they do a pretty good job. They could be a lot worse out there. But here we go. Our favorite Trooper Z.
Steel boots on blacktop, singing a tune. The sun's burning hotter than a brass spittoon. San Andreas Highway, endless and cruel. Trooper Z, right in the wind, dust in his hair. The chase begins, Trooper Z. You can't outrun the law, the badge, always loaded gun. Mirage in the distance, a ghost in the heat. Tires screeching, heart skip a beat. Sinner's last chance in the desert's defeat. Sirens wail like a lonesome cry. Justice arise where shadows lie. Trooper Z, right in the wind, dust in his hair. The chase begins, Trooper Z. You can't outrun the law, the badge, always loaded gun. Screams like a midnight howl. Wheels on the pavement, the wolf's prowl. His eyes are the law, his hands are vow.
All right, well, that was Trooper Z live here on 91.9 KOCK. You're listening to the Evening Chip, a live debut show here for you, broadcasted all across Los Santos, Blaine County, Roxwood, and far and above, wherever you can get radio at. Is a radio dead thing these days? I don't think so. Off to the next one, Redneck Power Rangers here from 024 Chuck.
Hills where the wild winds blow, a crew of heroes, they're ready to go. They ain't in spandex, they ain't in tights, they're wearing boots and a cowboy hat's just right. They don't fight monsters with lasers or swords, they throw a few punches, then pop the cork. When the sun goes down, and the moon shines high. It's the Redneck Rangers, and they're ready to fly. Redneck Power Rangers, with a jar in hand, fighting evil one sip at a time in the land. A little bit of whiskey and a whole lot of heart, they're taking down the villains and they're making art. Redneck Power Rangers, holding it down. The moonshine in their blood, they run this town. They got the speed of a 4x4, mudding through the night, kicking down the door. The Orange Rangers got a truck that don't quit, and the blue ones making moonshine that'll knock you to bits. The Red Ranger's got a banjo and a smile. He'll heal you with a tune, make it worth your while. The Green Ranger's the leader, never backing down. He's got a jar of shine and a rebel's crown. Redneck Power Rangers, with a jar in hand, fighting evil one sip at a time in the land. A little bit of whiskey and a whole lot of heart, they're taking down the villains and they're making art. Redneck Power Rangers, holding it down. The moonshine in their blood, they run this town. They don't need swords, they got their trucks, and when evil's close, they don't run out of luck. With a sip of moonshine, they feel the power, cranking up the volume. Every minute, every hour. Redneck Power Rangers, with a jar in hand, fighting evil one sip at a time in the land. A little bit of whiskey and a whole lot of heart, they're taking down the villains and they're making art. Redneck Power Rangers, holding it down. The moonshine in their blood, they run this town. So if you're ever in the woods and you hear a sound, it's the Redneck Rangers coming to town. With a kick in their step and a shot so fine, they're fighting for justice and they're sipping moonshine.
Yeah, right. That was Redneck Power Rangers. Oh my goodness. I just didn't even know where the song ended. I thought it ended right there. I guess it did a little first show jitters for you. Speaking of first show jitters, I remember about 20, 30 years ago when I started doing the sports casting and stuff. And, I had started announcing what I thought was a football game. Well, it turns out it was European football, which was soccer, and I definitely wasn't prepared. I didn't know what a midfielder was. I didn't even know what the offside rule was. It's just kind of crazy like that sometimes, how this all works out. But, I kind of got my bearings about me, and I got a foot in the door. That's a soccer pun right there for you. It really helped boost my career, but, you dusted off the old records and, trying to get everything going here. It's just so special that I have this opportunity. So anyway, my producer has let me know that the phones, unfortunately, are not working tonight to be able to call in. Apparently, we've been having some interference and static issues. And so I do apologize about that in advance. But I do see we have our online chat going around here. I see Big Tal Timmy here. I see Mrs. Hillbilly Ghost. I see, we got Clara and we've got Tim. We've got Ashley as well. I did see Joey. I saw Zach. Great to see you guys all here. Glad you guys are here. If you ever want to hear a song request, please do feel free to plug it into the chat. We'll be here at least for the next couple hours and, just trying to keep the masses entertained. Didn't really have much of a plan for tonight with the debut show. Wore a nice suit and everything, and it's like how do you prepare for a show like this, right? You got to leave a great impression for everybody, and that's the most important thing. And, I'm just rambling on here. But anyway, so glad to be with you guys here in the wonderful, wonderful Sandy Shore. Oh, sorry, I gave away where our studio location was. Anyway, we're out here in undisclosed bunker location. Could be in Blaine County, could be in Los Santos. But, oh yeah, Mrs. Hillbilly, yeah. Oh, we love you. We definitely love you. It's a great time out here. And so glad you guys could be here. So glad you guys could share this. Please do. If you do have a song suggestion, please do feel free to drop it in the chat. We're going to do another one here. This one comes to us from Papa Vez. This one is called Mayo is My Downfall. And it's dedicated to Mr. Daniel Schnelling, who apparently has a bit of a mayo addiction. Here we go. Mayo's My Downfall. Here live. 91.9 KOCK.
Daniel's got a jar in his backpack, a white smear on the side of his phone, fridge full of jars with his name scratched. Writes, "This is art" on the lid at home. He dips his fries, his nuggets, his pizza. He swears it elevates every meal. Friends fake a gag when they see him, but they don't get the way it makes him feel. This is the downfall of us all, 'cause Daniel's putting mayo on everything. Breakfast, lunch, late night call. He'd probably bring a jar to a wedding ring. If it's deep and creamy, he says that's how love should be. Yeah, Daniel Schnelling and his mayo dream are gonna be the downfall of us all. Of us all. Date night, candlelight, first outing. He pulls out a jar from his coat. Trust me, this will change your life. That's the moment she almost choked. His mom says, "Son, this is worrying." Doctor says, "Maybe slow it down." But Daniel takes another giant swirling like he's king of some white sauce crown. This is the downfall of us all, 'cause Daniel's putting mayo on everything. Breakfast, lunch, late night call. He'd probably bring a jar to a wedding ring. If it's thick and dreamy, he says that's how love should be. Yeah, Daniel Schnelling and his mayo dream are gonna be the downfall of us all. Hey! Whoa! Left eye! Went over the line. Someone hide the jar this time. Intervention, stage an anti-mayo convention. But he stands up on his chair and screams, "Don't you take away my claim. If loving this means I might fall, then let it be the downfall of us all. This is the downfall of us all, 'cause Daniel's putting mayo on everything. Breakfast, lunch, late night call. He'd probably bring a jar to a wedding ring. If it's rich and gleaming, he says that's how love should be. Yeah, Daniel Schnelling and his mayo dream are gonna be the downfall of us all. The downfall of us all. Whoa!
All right, that was Mayo is My Downfall by Papa Vez here live with you on 91.9.
Time for Jones!
Oh, apparently my producer forgot to turn off the music feed. Oh, that's fun. I love that. I'll get a little first night show jitters for you. Bale's My Downfall. Next up on the list, we got Rumple with Come At Me, Creature. Live again for you on 91.9 KOCK.
Jack Crenshaw, you sure didn't have come. This is my state, you dumbass bum. Write down my plate, I don't care. Car's not registered, there is nothing there. You are from Humane and cannot die. Hit you with my car and see if you fly. You're a bit of a joke and kind of a bitch. They will soon find your corpse floated in a ditch. Now Jack, don't be mad, I am a fan of what you do. The only thing wrong is that it's done by you. Oh no, I might miss the feature. Get bent, your brain dead, you bitch Jack creature. Bread and water is what you consume, and I will laugh watching your rage bloom. Let's dominate Charlie, that's such a bore. What playbook you running? Never mind, snore. Dumb black hoodie and a fucked up mask. What are you, Jim Carrey? That movie sucked ass. And now you move and come to my town. Let's change your mask out for makeup, you fucking clown. Bread and water is what you consume, and I will laugh watching your rage bloom. What's with your stance? You should add a twirl to that little dance. Now Jack, don't be mad, I am a fan of what you do. The only thing wrong is that it's done by you. Oh no, I might miss the feature. Get bent, your brain dead, you bitch Jack creature. Bread and water is what you consume, and I will laugh watching your rage bloom. What's with your stance? You should add a twirl to that little dance. Now Jack, don't be mad, I am a fan of what you do. The only thing wrong is that it's done by you. Oh no, I might miss the feature. Get bent, your brain dead, bitch Jack creature.
Oh my goodness. Well, someone really has a vendetta against Jack Creature. Or maybe they have a death wish. I do apologize about the language of that song there, folks. Clearly, my producer didn't exactly scan through some of the songs before putting them on the radio here. But hey, you know what? It happens. I just know if I were you, I wouldn't challenge Jack Creature. Even if you paid me $20, that guy is certifiably insane. All right, we got a couple more songs here for you, but then we're going to take a commercial break here. I want to thank everyone. It's good to see you. Let's see. We got Jay in the chat, Morgie. We got you, bud. And then Jacob, and I think I said Jacob already. Jay. Jay's also here. Oh my goodness, everybody. We got quite the chat going on. What's our favorite pizza toppings? Well, obviously it's going to be pepperoni, bacon, and jalapeno. Otherwise, you could just go to hell for all I care. Anyway, all right, we got this one next coming in live on 91.9 KOCK. It's I Do What I Want by Big Tell Timmy, live here again, 91.9
Joey on the mic
KOCK.
Yeah. Joey on the mic like 6, 7.
Well, apparently we have the wrong song queued up. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. All right, here we go. We got the right one now. Here we go.
Green carved in concrete, name burning in the bricks. rinse, then repeat. Walks in, boots on the table, kicks chairs, cracks the cable. Side eye every dog on the block, middle finger up to the whole sidewalk. Spits gum on your fresh white sneaks, laughs loud when your coffee leaks. He's a storm in the grocery aisle, breaking eggs just to watch you cry. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Rubber duck riding in his coat pocket. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Every rule, every line, he'll cross it. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Says your name just to twist it wrong. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Whole damn world is a target he's on. Talk slick to your grandma's face, cause the line causes saving space. Laughs hard when your card declines, takes your seat, guess it's mine. Sidestep, pets like that trash, mother curses as he walks past. Rubber duck steering cold from his hand, yellow eyes judge the whole wasteland. He don't care, he don't care. Nah, shoves your feelings down the stairs. He don't care, he don't care. Just a duck in an empty stare. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Rubber duck riding in his coat pocket. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Every rule, every line, he'll cross it. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Says your name just to twist it wrong. Chad Cutter, do what I want. Damn world is a target he's on.
All right. And that's I Do What I Want by Big Tell Timmy. Again, my producer is just all over the place right now. We got to learn to turn off that autoplay there, bud. Anyway. All right. Well, hey, you know what? We're here live with you, 91.9 KOCK. We're going to take a quick commercial break, get some of these bugs here ironed out, baby. We'll find out here if we can, make a big recovery here. But anyway, you're listening live, 91.9 KOCK. We'll be right back with you here in just a moment.
Are you hungry, broke, and only mildly concerned about what you put in your body? Come on down to Cluckenbell, where flavor meets mystery. Our new Ultra Mega Valued combo comes with a triple stack Cluckin' huge sandwich, a side of fries that definitely used to be potatoes, and a drink so sugary it's technically flammable. At Cluckenbell, we don't ask where the chicken comes from, and neither should you. Just remember our slogan, if it clucks, it's good enough. Cluckenbell is not responsible for poultry-related hallucinations, explosive indigestion, or spontaneous further growth. Eat responsibly. Or don't.
Yeah, everyone, Chip Donaghy here, however, from the Evening Chip, and thanks again, guys, for listening. This hour is brought to you by 24/7, because poor decisions don't operate on a schedule. Do you need snacks at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., maybe even 4 a.m. when you're hiding from someone you definitely owe money to? Well, walk into a 24/7. They're always open, and they're always watching, and always slightly understaffed. And you can enjoy a wide selection of lukewarm hot dogs, energy drinks that are strong enough to restart your heart, and prepackaged sandwiches with a shelf life longer than you probably might be comfortable with. But, hey, that's all right. Anyway, where was I saying? 24/7. It's not just a store. It's where you go where everywhere else is closed, including your better judgment. And just remember, 24/7 assumes no responsibility for theft, regret, emotional crises, or events involving helicopters. 24/7, open all day and all night, unfortunately.
When the world gets heavy, when the group chat gets dry, when your boys start acting kinda emotional, there's only one thing that brings you back to center, back to glory, back to Douche Gold. Douche Gold. Brewed in the icy hollows of Mount Attitude, chilled to absolute bro perfection and filtered through the tears of your ex's new boyfriend. Deuce Gold hits smoother than your pickup lines and twice as cold. Deuce Gold. Whether you're flexing at the gym, arguing about a fantasy football game, or pretending you didn't just Google how to change a tire, Deuce Gold is a refreshing slap to the face you didn't know you needed. Deuce Gold. Deuce Gold. Go gold or go home.
There we go. And once again, Chip Donaghy here. This segment is also not only brought to you by 24/7, but it's also brought to you by Sprunk, which is apparently still legal. Sprunk, the citrus-flavored soda that promises to energize your lifestyle, whatever that means. According to the script here, it's packed with bold flavor, refreshing bubbles, and ingredients your body will definitely notice. Perfect for long nights, bad ideas, or pretending you've got your life together at a gas station counter. And Sprunk also pairs well with poor decisions, loud music, and what else do we got here? Conversations you won't remember in the morning. And now it's available in a variety of flavors, including citrus, more citrus, and we're not even explaining that one. Sprunk, it's not just a drink, it's a commitment you didn't fully think through. The side effects may include jitteriness, confidence, and texting people you shouldn't. Sprunk, go on. You were going to make a bad choice anyway.
From the heart of Sandy Shores to the edge of Blaine County, this is 91.9 KOCK. Rocking your airwaves since forever. You're listening to the Evening Chip with your host, Chip Donaghy.
Welcome back, everybody. 91.9 KOCK. You're listening to the Evening Chip with me, Chip Donaghy. So glad you guys could be here again today, or this evening. It could be today, it could be the morning, it could be the afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're in. But in the part of the globe that I'm in, the moon is out. It's dark, so hey, it's all right. Hey. All right, well, I want to thank everyone again for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and just means a whole lot to me here. We'll be with you for the next couple hours again. It's just trying to iron through some kinks here in our first show, but it's just such a great audience here, and I have so many people in the chat just providing all kinds of wonderful commentary and food for thought. That's for sure. Let's see here. We're gonna go. Let's see. We're gonna pick another one here from Heavy Gaming over here. Heavy Games. Sorry, I keep saying Heavy Gaming like, it's supposed to be. Anyway, all right, let's see. What do we got here live here on 91.9 KOCK? Coming to you live here now. This is The Choice from Heavy Games.
Reflects my face. Another day, the same old case. Do I stay or do I go? I really do not know. Is this all that I am? Lost in the program. Tell me, what is the choice? Do I even have a voice? Stuck inside this endless loop. Gotta get out, gotta get loose. Concrete jungle feels so cold. Another story left untold. Searching for a different sign, one that tells me it is mine. Is this all that I am? Lost in the program. Tell me, what is the choice? Do I even have a voice? Stuck inside this endless loop. Gotta get out, gotta get loose. Concrete jungle feels so cold. Another story left untold. Searching for a different sign, one that tells me it is mine. Is this all that I am? Lost in the program. Tell me, what is the choice? Do I even have a voice? Stuck inside this endless loop. Gotta get out, gotta get loose. Gotta get loose. Gotta get loose.
All right, that was The Choice on 91.9 KOCK. All right, we're going to get a little more sultry here, a little more bluesy here. Another one from our friend here, Zombie16. This one is called Grape Seed Blues. Live again, 91.9 KOCK.
Jim stomping boots through the grapeseed dirt. Shirt torn, sweat so feeling hurt. All night I want wails like a coyote's cry. Moon looking down, asking why, oh why. Grapeseed dreams, they don't grow tall. Roots in the ground, but the vine's too small. Blowing that heart, heavy in my chest. Jim blues echo where the sun don't rest. Bottle of nothing, he tips it for show. A river of troubles, man, it don't flow slow. Hands cracked open, stained deep purple red. The soil don't forgive, it'll bury you dead. Heavy breath that I'm on your scream. Jim plays sorrow, chasing a dream. Dust in his lungs, gravel in his tone. In the field of the lost, he's never alone. Grapeseed dreams, they don't grow tall. Roots in the ground, but the vine's too small. Blowing that harp, heavy in my chest. Jim blues echo where the sun don't rest. Jim walks slow, harmonica in hand. Trail fades to nowhere, a broken man. Grapeseed's curse, it clings like glue. Jim fades away, playing those blues.
All right, that was Grapeseed Blues live here on 91.9 KOCK. You're listening to the Evening Chip. Tuning in now to the Ballad of John Carr here by 024. Live again, 91.9 KOCK.
Out in the pines of a no-name town lived a man named John Carr, all around. Rode a Hollywood boots, had a dog named Blue, and a past that followed like a ghost in the dew. He signed up young back in '03, did 3 long tours in the U.S. Army, saw things no man should ever see, left part of his soul in the Middle East. Now he wakes up sweating in the middle of the night,
still hearing them bombs in the distant fight. Drinks his coffee black, don't talk too much, but his hands still shake when the thunder erupts. He's a hero in pain with scars you can't see. John Carr's still fighting for his own peace. He tried the V8, but the wait was long, so he drank away the quiet till the nights felt gone. His mama prays and the preacher comes, but faith don't fix what a war's done. Small town folk, they don't understand why he don't wave or shake your hand. But Blue knows better, stays by his side, cause dogs don't judge and they never lie. Yeah, he wakes up sweating in the middle of the night, still hearing them bombs in the distant fight. Drinks his coffee black, don't talk too much, but his hands still shake when the thunder erupts. He's a hero in pain with scars you can't see. John Carr's still fighting for his own peace. He's out in VA, but the wait was long the night. Still hearing them bombs in the pale moonlight. Packs a Smith & Wesson in his old truck bed, just in case them nightmares crawl in his head. He's a warrior lost in a world that won't see. John Carr's still fighting for his own peace. Some say he's just crazy or he drinks too much, but they ain't walked where the sand turns to dust. He ain't looking for pity, he ain't begging for grace, just wants a good night's sleep in a quiet place. So raise a beer to the ones who come home to a battle that rages when they're all alone. He's a brother, fighter, a shadow in the yard with a flag on his porch and a warm purple heart. Yeah, the war might be over for you and me, but John Carr's still fighting to be free. So if you see him riding under that southern star, just nod your head, that's John Carr.
All right, that is the Ballad of John Carr, live here again on 91.9 KOCK. Now going to another hit here, Pocket Burger by the Barkman. Pocket Burger again, live here at 91.9 KOCK.
Blue scooter, seat taped down, grease on his hands, grin on his face, hitting every bar stool, every workplace. He digs in his jacket, says you never can tell, could be hot, could be cold, could smell like hell. Is there Lynn, is there not, that's part of the ride. You get what you get when he pulls them from the side. Pocket Burger, rolling through the holler, handing out beef for a couple of dollars. Might be soggy, might be dry, clean, might make you cry. Pocket Burger, he don't keep count, buying them up and passing them out. He just laugh, take a bite and learn. You never know what you'll get from a Pocket Burger. Oh yeah. Some days they're squish, some days they're prime, some taste like last night, some taste just fine. They say it's a mystery meal, live a little suntown full of critics, still line up for one. He stacks them in napkins in old brown bags. Once found a fry stuck under the tag. Is it safe? Folks ask. Half scared, half keen, he shrugs. It's the wildest buffet you ever seen. Pocket Burger, rolling through the holler, handing out beef for a couple of dollars. Might be soggy, might be dry, might be clean, might make you cry. Pocket Burger, he don't keep count, buying them up and passing them out. He just laughs, take a bite and learn. You never know what you'll get from a Pocket Burger. Some heroes wear hats, some heroes wear boots. This fool's got ketchup on his Sunday suit. He's spending his paycheck on butter
chomp down. Pocket burger, rolling through the holler, handing out beef for a couple of dollars. Might be soggy, might be dry, might be clean, might make you cry. Pocket burger, he don't keep count, buying them up and passing them out. He just lives for that hungry grin. Pocket burger's gonna feed
My good
you.
buddy Jim's got his beer goggles on.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that was Pocket Burger here on 91.9 KOCK. I know I could go for a burger right now. Maybe not a pocket burger, but definitely maybe a pocket donut, actually. I see chat there with the pocket donuts. That's some good stuff right there. Let me tell you what. All right. And again, big shouts to everybody in the chat here. I see Jacob, Jack, Scott, Jay, and then of course Nate as well. Thank you guys so much for the love. I really, really do appreciate it. Glad to be here, joining you guys live from 91.9 KOCK. We got another hit coming to you here. This is Flywheels by Big Tal Timmy. Enjoy 91.9
Jim's got
KOCK.
his beer goggles on. The band sounds great, playing his favorite song. A little wild crowd surfing, I said what the hell, hanging out of Flywheels. Hey, Bass! Have another shot of that apple pie. My boy Wayne on the whiskey high. Bill on the bottom of a blue moon dive. Bartender says it's closing time. Here we go again, guess it's time to go. We gotta get the hell up out the door. But before we do, let's hear you yell. Hanging out of Flywheels. My good buddy Wayne has his hat on sideways. We're all getting high with him tonight. So good to see you, man. It's been a long spell. Hanging out at Flywheels. Have another shot of that apple pie. My boy Wayne on the whiskey high. Bill on the bottom of a blue moon dive. Bartender says it's closing time. Here we go again. Guess it's time to go. We gotta get the hell up out the door. But before we do, let's hear you yell. Hanging out at Flywheels. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out. Hey, Buzz. Have another shot of that apple pie. My boy Wayne on the whiskey high. Bill on the bottom of a blue moon dive. Bartender says it's closing time. Here we go again. Guess it's time to go. We gotta get the hell up out the door. But before we do, let's hear you yell. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out, hanging out at Flywheels.
All right, that was the banger hit here, Flywheels from Big Tal Timmy. Doesn't all the good stuff happen out at Flywheels? I swear to God, I pass by that place at least once a week, and there's something crazy going on. But just the other day, I was passing by, what was it, on Friday, Saturday night, what was it? They were having some event out there. I was like, what the hell is going on out there? It was this event called Ejecto-Cito, where literally people just drive down the airstrip at the Sandy Airfield, and they just slam into a barrier and get ejected out of their car. And apparently, the person that gets ejected the farthest wins a prize. Well, I don't know how you could win a prize when you're dead. Is that the prize, that you're dead? I tell you, they'll think of anything out here in Blaine County. I'll tell you what. Anyway, we do, speaking of Ejecto-Cito, we actually do have a song called Ejecto-Cito. This comes from Papa Vez. Again, live here on 91.9 KOCK.
Oh, Diaper Jones!
That was the wrong song. Jesus. Maybe the producer will get something right. Here we go.
You the gas on my good faith! Burns every bridge on this dead end road! now every turn is a trigger. Every joke is a joke. Ejectocito, I'm out this ride. I'm done crashing in your landslide. You can spin out in your spiral. I'm done dying for your title. Ejectocito, I cut these ties. Watch me fly while your engine dies. You were my hell dressed up as freedom. Ejectocito, I don't need you. You made a scene out of silence. Turned every scar to a silver rare. Screamed that I was the problem when the only wreck was in your mirror. You love the sound of the impact. Slow motion replay of your mess. You call it passion, I call it damage. You call it love, I call it strength. You keep your foot on destruction and call the fire a joke. But I will ride in your rapture while you laugh at the smoke. Yeah! Ejectocito, I'm out this ride. I'm done crashing in your landslide. You can spin out in your spiral. I'm done dying for your title. Ejectocito, I cut these ties. Watch me fly while your engine dies. You were my hell dressed up as freedom. Ejectocito, I don't need you. I'm not your seatbelt. I'm not your shield. I'm not the pro. You never heal. I could be fuel for your collapse. Pull the handle. Feel the snow. I'm gone. You're slow. Ejectocito, I'm out this ride. I'm done crashing in your landslide. You can spin out in your spiral. I'm done dying for your time. Ejectocito, I cut these ties. Watch me fly while your engine dies. You were my hell dressed up as freedom. Ejectocito, I don't need you. Click of the buckle, I'm breaking away. You fade in the distance, I'm done paying price. Ejectocito, today.
All right, that was Ejectocito for Pablo Vez out there live on 91.9 KOCK. We got another song here for you, and then we're going to go to a commercial break. But before we do that, just want to let you guys know that, well, my producer, for as much as he's been screwing up tonight on the songs, and, we forgive him, he's a little rusty there. It's all right. It's all of our first times here. There's no problem with it, but he's just informed me that the one of the mayoral candidates for Los Santos is going to be calling in a little bit later. We're going to try to get that hooked up so we can do a little interview and do a little exclusive one-on-one here. It's who do we got there, Mr. Producer? Oh, yes, of course. Doug Trammell. Mr. Doug Trammell, former businessman, well, actually current businessman. You might have seen him on a show called You're Hired, where he was one of the big mouth, loudmouth guys on the show. But, we won't give him too hard of a time to that. Anyway, Doug Trammell's going to be joining us live via phone later on after this commercial break that we have. And like I said, we'll have another song here for you. And then we'll hit that commercial break. We'll come back. We'll do that interview. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Maybe you'll want to vote for him. Anyway, here we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Coming in from Heavy Games, it's what the oh, well, maybe we can't play. You know what? Screw it. See, it's late enough at night. Screw the FCC. We're going to go ahead and play this anyway. It's called What the Fuck is a Kilometer? For all of my Freedom Units folks here, live 91.9 KOCK.
In a rental car map at Maze. Said 3 more K, like that's supposed to clear my brain. Is it far as the store, or like Mars in a Ford? Why's the screen talking math when I just want a snack? What the fuck is a kilometer? Say it loud, say it dumber, say it clearer. Is it like 5 minutes or 2 left turns in a beer? Hey, hey, hey. What the fuck is a kilometer? Use some words that my hangover hears. If it ain't 5 blocks, then it's all just weird. Then it's all just weird. Signs fly past, little numbers, big green lights, limit 90. Do I live or die? Is that fast as a train or my ex on a plane? I just wanna know when I can finally park this brain. What the fuck is a kilometer? Say it loud, say it dumber, say it clearer. Is it like 3 songs or 1 bad date from here? What the fuck is a kilometer? Use some words that my hangover hears. If it ain't 10 miles, then it disappears. Measure it in coffees, measure it in fights, measure it in wrong turns on a Tuesday night. I don't need your numbers, I just need a sign that says you're almost fine. What the fuck is a kilometer? Say it loud, say it dumber, say it clearer. Is it 1 deep breath or a whole damn yeah? What the fuck is a kilometer? Use some words that my hangover hears. If it means almost there, then I'll call it near. Then I'll call it near.
And that was What the Fuck is a Kilometer? Anyway, yeah, I know it's 1,000 meters. Haha, that's pretty cool, but we won the war, so whatever. Anyway, hey, you know what? I tell you, we're having a good time tonight here on 91.9 KOCK. Again, I want to thank everybody in for joining in the chat. Jacob, Nate, Ashley, Jay, Scott, and then Jack, of course. Good to see you guys all here. You guys are all wonderful. I really appreciate you joining in and joining in on the fun. We'll be here again for another hour or so. Like I said, we've got the mayoral candidate from Los Santos coming in, Doug Trammell. Well, he's not coming into the studio because, we don't tell people where the studio exists. But, anyway, so he's going to be coming in via phone. A very special treat for us. The producer said he had to hook up a satellite with some tinfoil on top of Mount Chiliad to get that going. And, we really appreciate the producer's efforts from time to time. Anyway, we'll be right back with you. KOCK. Enjoy the commercials.
Some beverages refresh you, but only one beverage redefines reality. In a world where thirst is law and hydration is war, there's E-Cola. Not requested, not negotiated, just accepted. It's there when the day starts too early. It's there when the night runs too long. It's there when everything else feels louder than it should. And when you open it, the world changes pace. A soda so definitive, it can only be E-Cola. Cola.
Hi, everyone. Chip Donaghy here, coming to you from 91.9 KOCK, the Evening Chip. And hey, don't you like a good tow company? Sometimes you need a good tow. Well, I tell you what, No Bad Tow is open 24/7 because trouble doesn't wait, and neither do they. They've got fast response times, clean recoveries, and reliable roadside service you can count on when things go sideways. Have you blown a tire? Has your engine given up on you? Have you ended up somewhere you probably shouldn't have? Well, it doesn't matter. Their crews show up ready, and they get it handled and get you back on the road without the hassle. They don't just tow, they fix it right. From full repairs to diagnostics and custom work, they're all available at their shop, done by people who actually know what they're doing. From quick fixes to full rebuilds, they've got you covered. Wherever you're at, wherever you've done to it, No Bad Tow gets you moving again.
Are you tired of feeling unsafe in a city where pedestrians fight back? Joggers have concealed carry permits, and even the yoga instructors know Krav Maga. Then come on down to Ammunition, where we believe the best defense is overwhelming firepower. Here at Ammunition, we don't ask questions. If you need something loud, shiny, and questionably legal, we got you. But don't just take my word for it. Hear what our satisfied customers have to say.
I walked in for pepper spray, but I walked out with a grenade launcher. 5 stars for sure.
Check out our new Apocalypse Preparedness Pack today. Now with 4 rifles, body armor, night vision goggles, and a can of beans that expired in 1997. And don't forget our new loyalty program, where every 10th purchase earns you a coupon for free therapy. Because let's be honest, if you shop here regularly, you probably need it. So come on down to Ammunition, where our motto is, if you didn't come armed, you came unprepared. Ammunition, your one-stop shop for guns, gear, and questionable life decisions.
All right, everyone, coming back to you, Chip Donaghy from the Evening Chip. And the next one up here on our sponsors is from Up and Adam Burger. Yeah, you already know that one. Up and Adam serving classic burgers, hot fries, and ice-cold drinks all across Los Santos and Blaine County. Fast, simple, and exactly what you're looking for when cooking at home isn't happening. Let's see, what else are these notes? They say it's made fresh, served hot, and built to hit the spot, whether you're on a lunch break or just trying to fix a long night. And honestly, sometimes you just want a burger, sometimes maybe even a pocket burger. And not just a salad, not a lifestyle change, just a burger. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? Up and Adam Burger, good food, no questions asked. Stop by your nearest location. You'll probably pass 3 on the way.
Hey, this is Blake Rogers from Rogers Brothers Towing, and you're listening to the Evening Chip on 91.9 KOCK. I remember about 16 years ago when they first started KOCK. There wasn't really a good radio station in the whole county, and I wrote a letter. And then someone basically got back to me, and they were like, well, Blake, you can kind of just, do your own thing, man. You kind of go work for KOCK. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of funny, because I was like, I'm going to work for KOCK. It's going to be a radio man, man. Yeah, Blake on the radio, little Blake radio thing, man. It'd be kind of wild or nuts, man. It'd be crazy. You know what else is crazy, man? You really think about it. You go down to the old store there, man. You're like, I want some chocolate milk. They're like, you don't really sell chocolate milk anymore, man. You just kind of get your own little kind of carton of it, man. They sell a gallon. They sell 2 gallon. They sell pint. And then they sell half gallon. Why the hell are you selling a half gallon of milk? We're just going to drink a half gallon of milk. I'm only going to drink a whole gallon. Sit down and drink a whole damn gallon of milk. Get most of it in my beer.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Blake, for that intro. My goodness, that man can really ramble, and I love him dearly. Someone said that we should be interviewing him, so I really hope that Blake can actually call in now that apparently we've got the phones working. That's all right, though. Well, gee, this is just something... chocolate milk actually does sound really good right now. Anyway, you're listening live to the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy, your host. That's me on 91.9 KOCK. That's what the boys have, right? Anyway, well, maybe Blake will call in. I don't know. That's up to Blake. I don't know if Blake's even listening right now. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. You never know. Crazier things have happened, right? Anyway, all right. So I told you guys we had a special guest here. He is on the other line. We finally got him in here. It's mayoral candidate Doug Trammell here. Doug, you on the line here?
Yes, hello, you there?
Yeah, Doug, we're here. We can hear you. Loud and clear. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. I've never been more wonderful in my entire life. You know, a lot of people see great things, and I will say it's been nothing but lovely here, and you've been doing a great job. Fantastic job, if I do say so myself. You're just wonderful. There's not a lot of great people like you. Sorry, I'm not speaking into my phone too well, I guess. Honey, turn that down. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, you've got a great amount of people here. They're just wonderful people. Great people, great listeners. I've seen them all. They're great listeners. And listen, you've done such a wonderful job here. And, I just thank you for everything you have. And thank you for having me on tonight.
Well, that's not a problem, Mr. Trammell. You know, it's always great to have guests on, and try and interview people. Anyway, what inspired you? What inspired you to run for mayor?
Well, there's a lot of great things that are happening in the county, right? But not so great things too. Crime is the worst we've ever seen it, and the crime is just bad. You go anywhere, and that crime is just absolutely terrible. Let me tell you, I've seen a lot of crime in my days, and crime is not quite like what we've seen it today, and it's just absolutely terrible. So we're going to try and fix that. If I win, we're gonna win one, and we're gonna win on crime. I'm going to be tough on crime. You're never going to see cops like you've never seen them before everywhere. They're going to be stopping everybody. So we're just gonna we're gonna do that.
Well, exactly. How do you plan on doing that, though? You can't have police all over the place, right? I mean, nobody wants a police state, right?
Well, it's just one of those things, right? Like, the crime is just, it's so bad. We've never seen it this bad, and it's been terrible. And the previous administration has just had no idea what they're doing. And, it's very important that we try and get all the police out there to stop all of this crime. And, we've got to put an end to it. There's just no excuse for it. No excuse for all the crime. It just needs to stop. And and it's going to be part of my 12-point plan that I'm going to do here. We're going to bring back the police. We're going to bring back the marshals if we have to, and the sheriffs. And I'm going to meet with them, and I'm going to tell them that we have to put a stop to this crime. This crime is the worst we've ever seen. And we've never seen crime quite like this. And it's absolutely terrible crime. And we've got all kinds of people that we can blame for it, but we got to blame the criminals. The criminals, they're the worst we've ever seen. Worst criminals, and never seen such terrible criminals. And we've got to stop them.
So, well, exactly how do you plan on stopping that? I mean, I understand the 12-point plan, but look, I understand crime's out of control, and but I mean, what do you suggest we do?
Well, I think it's going to be a simple answer here, and it's that we need one cop per every citizen in this county. Right now, we've got one cop for every 1,000 citizens, and that's not an acceptable amount. That is not acceptable at all. It's the worst ratio we've ever seen, and it's just because the police are just so lacking and lazy, and nobody's. We're just going to start hiring people and start putting guns on them, and they're just going to start, enforcing the laws like it should be done here.
Boy, gee, that doesn't exactly sound like a great plan to me, Mr. Trammell. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. We will really see. But I will say so. Okay, moving on from the issue of crime, because we've talked a lot about that. What about the water quality? The water quality in Los Santos has been declining over the last couple of years. What do you think you're going to do about that?
Well, Chip, you're absolutely right. The water is the worst. It's the worst we've seen. And the water quality has been really diminishing over the years. and it's terrible. It's the worst water we've ever seen. It's the worst water we've ever tasted. I don't actually taste the water. I have an assistant who tastes the water before he gives it to me to make sure that it's not poisonous or anything like that. But we have to just be careful with the water, right? And we've got to treat the water well, because otherwise the water won't treat us well.
I'm sorry, you said we have to treat the water well, otherwise the water's not going to treat us well? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's exactly what you're hearing correctly. We have to treat the water well, and we have to dig more wells. Wells. We have to get our water from the ground where it's not polluted. We've been getting water from the Alamo Sea, which is just poisonous. It's terrible. It's the worst water we've ever seen. And, we just have to figure out a better way to source this water here. And, boy, gee, it's really just the worst water we've ever tasted. And, we have to get the water back right. We have to get this situation going back correctly again.
Okay, well, all right. It seems like an interesting solution to just dig more wells. That's the plan, is to just dig more wells?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to dig. We're going to dig those wells, and we're just going to keep digging. We're going to keep digging until we find more water, clean water, that we're going to have the cleanest water you've ever seen if I'm elected mayor. It's going to be the greatest water you've ever tasted. You're going to be like, wow, where's that water from? And then it's going to be, well, it's from the wells that we dug as part of my 12-point plan, where we're going to have one well per citizen. A citizen's going to dig their own well. And, even the police are going to help. They're going to dig wells too. Everybody's going to dig a well. And, we're going to have a lot of groundwater for a lot of great, great people.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a really inspiring plan. And, gee, I tell you, it's a real honor to be speaking to you. And it sounds like you really got a great plan going here. I mean, I wasn't on board with the one cop per citizen thing, but this wells plan, it's got me really inspired. Maybe I need to go out and go and dig a well in my backyard and be able to get water going out.
Yes, absolutely. We need to dig wells, huge wells. They're the greatest wells you've ever seen. They're going to be the deepest wells you've ever seen. And, it's going to be great. You're going to love it. It's all part of my 12-point plan, again, for digging wells and getting better water for all the people, because the people deserve it. They deserve good water. We all deserve good water, don't we? So, yes, we've got to really improve the water situation out here. It's terrible. It's the worst we've ever seen, but we'll make it better. Day by day, we'll make it better.
Anyway, Mr. Treble, I gotta ask you something. How do you figure? You've had a long storied TV career, and on the show, the hit show, You're Hired on the BCA network, and how was that? I mean, what can you tell us? I mean, you bring a lot of media publicity to you, but we got to be like, is that going to affect you at all? Especially now having to step away from the show. Are you going to continue to do the show while you're in office, or what's the plan here exactly?
Well, I really haven't given that much thought. I think the show it's a very important show. It's a great show. I don't know if you've ever seen the show. The show is a great show. It's the best show I think we've ever had on television, and I really do think that it's just going to be it's going to be important to keep the show going. Even when I am mayor, and I will be mayor, I'm going to be the greatest mayor this town has ever seen, and I think it's important to keep the show going. We got to keep the show going. We got to keep things going, and that's how this has to be. So. We're going to keep the show going for as long as we can keep it going. It's a great show with great people working on the show. I've got a great cast, great producers, the best producers you've ever seen that made the greatest show you've ever seen. So, it's pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Trammell, again. Any last words for our listeners out there who may be undecided on the vote and what's going to go on and how things are going to go? I mean, do you have any big debates coming on up or anything like that?
Yes, I do have one debate coming up. can't remember who it's against. It's still a part of the mayoral debate. They've got like 8 other people there, 8 candidates, very underqualified, very terrible candidates. One of them even being the current mayor. The current mayor is an absolute disaster. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's driven Los Santos into the ground. Crime is rampant. The water is terrible. You know, what else can I say about it? You know, it really just speaks for itself. So, you know, the voting is a very important thing. And if you're a citizen in Los Santos, you know, your vote matters. And you need to go out there. It's going to be the greatest vote we've ever seen, the greatest election. A lot of people are going to be coming out, and you know, it's going to be great. We're going to have a great election. We're going to have a great party. And, you know, hopefully I come out on top. And I know that I will come out on top because people love me. I'm great. I'm very famous. I'm very rich. And, you know, that's just what it's going to be, right? You know, so anyway, I'm a little hot and sweaty right now. I'm going to probably go and take a breather here in the pool. But I want to thank you again for having me on. You're a great radio host. You were a great television host for all those years. And, you know, you're just simply a wonderful, wonderful person. And I know that you're going to do great things. And I know that I'm going to do great things because I always do great things. I'm just a certifiable winner, and I'm the greatest person that I know. Nobody's ever seen a person quite like me. So anyway, it's thank you for having me on again. And, you know, just remember, Los Santos first, baby. We got to make it. We got to dig those wells. Here we go.
That's right. That's right. And that, you guys, was mayoral candidate Doug Trammell. Again, so great for him to be here and joining us here live at the studios here, 91.9 KOCK. I'm sorry, he wasn't live here in the studio. That was on the phone. I couldn't tell if you could tell, you know, with the static in the background and all that. But hey, listen, so this has been great. We'll get back to some music here. Let's see what we got going on. And, oh my, you know what? We were on the Flywheels vibe. We're going to fly it over to Jim Stone, who happens to be like one of the most well-known people that hangs out at Flywheels. So, you know, it's great. Hey, there he is, Hemi Games in the chat. I want to thank you again to everybody in the chat. You're all wonderful people. Oh, Eugene approves. Well, I'm glad Eugene approves. I know that Doug Trammell's going to be an excellent mayor. But yeah, Hemi's here, Timmy's here, Jay's here, Jacob's here. It's great to see all of you guys. You guys are all wonderful people. All right, here we go. We're playing Jim Stone here live on 91.9 KOCK. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back with you.
Down by the bayou, where the cypress lean, water so black it could swallow your dream. Jim Stone got a secret, a tale untold, with a harmonica cry like the devil's gold. Oh, Jim Stone, play that tune underneath the gator moon, singing sorrow, singing sin. The bayou knows where you've been. Mud on his boots and a scar on his hand. He got a past that the river understands. Whistling low like the wind through the reeds. A melody sharp, it cuts, it bleeds. The swamp keeps keeps its secrets deep and wide, but Jim's got a howl that it can't hide. Oh, Jim Stone, play that tune underneath the gator moon, singing sorrow, singing sin. The bayou knows where you've been. Ghost in the trees, notes curl and twist like Louisiana breeze. The moss might hang, but it don't forget. Gemstone's blues ain't done just yet.
All right, that was Jim Stone live here on 91.9 KOCK. Again, broadcasting to you live from our debut out here in the sunny studios outside of Sandy Shore. Fine, we're outside of Sandy Shores. I'm just going to give it away. All right, you'll have to come and find me, government. Anyway, we've got a song here, a song request from a local gal here, Charlene Smith, Newtown Girl. This is first time we're ever debuting this on the radio, so it's part of a debut and a debut. Enjoy this one, Charlene Smith, Newtown Girl.
Charlene came down from the town, gonna try her luck on the countryside. And I wanna know, does she have any friends? Did she leave them all behind? And I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. What did she see? What did she see in a guy like me? Charlene gets high with her long hair down, gonna try her luck with the rodeo. She's a real good girl, she's a hell of a friend, and I think she ought to know that I wanna go, I wanna go, I wanna go wherever she goes. Wherever she goes, I just gotta know. Wherever she goes, I just gotta know. Charlene gets high with her long hair down, gonna try her luck with the rodeo. She's a real good girl, she's a hell of a friend, and I think she ought to know that I wanna go, I wanna go, I wanna go wherever she goes. Wherever she goes, I just gotta know. Wherever she goes, I just gotta know. Oh, did she see? What did she see in a guy like me? What did she see? What did she see in a guy like me? What did she see?
All right, that was Newtown Girl by local artist Charlene Smith. Boy, oh boy, that's a great debut. That's a good song there. Pretty catchy tune. Very edgy. I like it. I like it a lot. You know who isn't edgy is the mayor of Garlic Bread. Oh boy, I tell you what, I've had my run-ins with that man. And he is absolutely just a real pleasure to be around. I tell you, that laugh is just contagious. Anyway, we're coming to you live here at 91.9 KOCK. It's Big Tal Timmy's hit, Bear of Garlic Bread.
He He's got the apron, crumbs on his crown, paper hat crooked, running this town. Rolls in the oven, grin way too wide, holding up a bottle, eyes open wide. Bleach goes in the garlic bread, crowd screams, no it doesn't. He winks at the camera instead, like he's the chosen peasant. Glue goes in the garlic bread. He's chanting in the kitchen. We know this 'cause the glue goes in the garlic bread. Yeah, that's his twisted mission. Mayor of garlic bread, putting anything in the loaf instead. Every time he sees a thing he said, ooh, goes in the garlic bread. Mayor of garlic bread, we're begging him to use his head, but he just points and yells again, ooh, goes in the garlic bread. He's stuffing in markers, a sock and a spoon, a rubber duck glitter, a garden rake. Soon he finds some homework crumpled on the floor. Homework goes in the garlic bread. He shoves it in the door. He sprinkles in stickers and yesterday's mail, a phone that's still ringing, a rusty old nail. Ooh, anything you got, he says, just hand it to me, friend. We know this 'cause it goes in the garlic bread, shows up inside the blend. Mayor of garlic bread, putting anything in the loaf instead. Every time he sees a thing he said, ooh, goes in the garlic bread. Mayor of garlic bread, we're begging him to use his head, but he just points and yells again, ooh, goes in the garlic bread. Your backpack goes in the garlic bread. Your map tag goes in the garlic bread. Your left shoe goes in the garlic bread. Your whole town, maybe not the, hey, all goes in the garlic bread. Mayor of garlic bread, putting anything in the loaf instead. Every time he sees a thing he said, ooh, goes in the garlic bread. Mayor of garlic bread, we're begging him to use his head, but he just laughs and yells again. Ooh, oh,
Hey, folks, Blake.
goes in the garlic bread.
All right, well, that was the mayor of garlic bread from Big Towel Timmy. Man, oh man, what a banger. The mayor of garlic bread. What a great guy. Anyway, we're going to be taking a short break here on 91.9 KOCK, going to commercial break here. And I do have another special guest coming in for you live here in the via phone in the studio. Just stick with us after this commercial break. We'll bring them in and do another nice little interview to hopefully round out the evening, play some more music, and send you on your way. Again, you're listening to 91.9. I almost said 9109. That would have been terrible. 91.9, great save by Chip Donaghy. That's me. You're listening to Evening Chip, 91.9 KOCK.
Rogers here.
And I'm Jake Rogers. And together, we run Rogers Brothers Towing.
Breakdowns never wait for the right moment. Middle of the night, out in the desert, or on some back road nobody's ever heard of.
That's why we're on call 24/7. Rain or shine, mud or mayhem. If you're stuck, stranded, or steaming mad at your engine, we're already on our way.
We tow cars, trucks, bikes, off-road toys, you name it.
And we do it fast, fair, and with zero judgment. We've heard every excuse, and trust me, yours is probably better.
Family owned, reliable, local, but never too far.
So when trouble hits the road, call Rogers Brothers Towing.
This is Blake.
And I'm Jake. I'm Jake.
The Rogers Brothers.
Pulling through when you can. Servicing statewide the long way.
All right, everyone, you're listening to the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy here on 91.9 KOCK. This segment is brought to you by the wonderful people at the Vespucci Beach. I guess Vespucci Beach has like people there that represent them or something, but whatever. Hey, they wanted me to plug this commercial because apparently they're paying this station money to keep us on the air. Where Vespucci Beach, sun's always shining, nobody's asking too many questions. You need to get out of the city for a bit. Vespucci's got sand, surf, street performers, and just enough chaos to remind you that you're still in Los Santos. You can jog the boardwalk, rent a bike, or go cruising down the street on a skateboard. You can always grab something questionable to eat or just sit there and pretend like your life's going exactly like you planned. Vespucci Beach, day or night, there's always something happening. Music, crowds, maybe a guy yelling about aliens, beach stuff. Vespucci Beach, it's relaxing in a very Los Santos kind of way. Make sure to bring sunscreen and maybe don't bring anything you're not okay with losing. Vespucci Beach, go ahead. You've earned that break. Probably.
The Alamo Sea has long been a landmark of Blaine County, but recent environmental reports have uncovered dangerous levels of dihydrogen monoxide within its waters. Exposure can lead to sudden respiratory issues, loss of consciousness, and long-term health complications. If you or someone you love became ill after swimming, fishing, or boating in the Alamo Sea, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
I'm attorney Charles Howell with Dewey, Cheatham & Howell. For years, government agencies failed to properly warn the public about increasing contamination levels in the Alamo Sea. Our firm is committed to holding negligent parties accountable and securing justice for victims of DHMO exposure.
Whether your symptoms were mild or severe, you deserve answers. And with no fees unless we win, there's no reason to wait. Call.
All right, well, apparently my producer messed up and we lost our commercial right in the middle of the clip. Apparently talking to something about dihydrogen monoxide poisoning or something like that. I know that my producer's probably been exposed to dihydrogen monoxide poisoning, but apparently we're entitled to compensation. So, Mr. Producer, you might want to get on that and get some compensation going. All right, this next commercial spot is from U-Tool, from the wonderful people over at U-Tool. Yeah, the place you end up going when things break. U-Tool Hardware, supplying Los Santos with everything you need to build it, fix it, or figure it out as you go along. From power tools and lumber to paint, parts, and stuff you didn't know you needed until about 5 minutes ago. It's all there. You got a project, a problem, or just standing there in your garage pretending like you're going to start something? Well, U-Tool's got you covered, and if you don't know what you're doing, don't worry. Nobody else does either. U-Tool Hardware, you've got the job, we've got the tools. Open daily. Probably closer than you think.
You're tuned in to 91.9 KOCK.
Oh my God.
The only station that always stands tall and never goes soft. Coming to you live from a studio deep in Blaine County, it's the Evening Chip with your host, Chip Donaghy.
All right, you're listening to the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy. And, well, I've got a special guest for you guys tonight. I really do. I told you we asked for it, and he came. We've got live coming to you via phone. It's Blake Rogers, everybody. Blake, say hello.
Hey, how's it going? You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, bud. Let me get you turned up a little bit. Mr. Producer, you mind turning them up a little bit? All right, here we go. All right, perfect. It sounds like you're at a good volume here. So I'm sure you heard we played your commercial spot earlier. That was some pretty sweet stuff. How was that? What was that like, recording a commercial?
Well, it was really weird going into the studio, especially with my brother Jake, 'cause he can't stop talking. It's kind of nuts when you really think about it, because I've never really been in front of a microphone before. It's actually very foreign to me. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of like working my way through like the shallow end of a pool. You kind of get in there and you kind of got to like let your ankles get used to it, and you got to get your knees used to it, and then it goes all the way up to your chest. So it's kind of like weird like that, getting used to it.
Oh man, I tell you, I'm not really not one for jumping into pools too much because I burn easily, but it's all right. It's all right. So, hey, tell me a little bit about this because, Rogers Brothers Towing, we know that there's Nomad Towing. In fact, I had to do a spot for that because they sponsor the station, but hey, we're all open to this, but what is the dichotomy? What's going on between you two guys? Is there like some kind of rivalry that we don't know about?
Well, you can call it a rivalry, you can call it a friendly partnership, you can call it whatever you want. We like to joke around. We like to pass jokes. Rogers Brothers Towing Bear and Nomad like to shout it all the time. So that's kind of funny every time I run on Nomad guys. They bailed me out more times than I can count. So I got no hate in my blood for them.
Oh, that's good to hear. We do like good partnerships here in Blaine County. That's always great here. So let me ask you something. Where did you come up with the idea to start your own towing company?
I just was sitting around one day. I was like, how funny would it be if we started our own towing company, Jake? And he was like, that sounds like a good idea, Blake. Now, let's do that. So we ended up buying a couple trucks. We got a couple trucks. We're going to start a tow company. We started towing cars and stuff. It worked out really well because, it's going real well. But the good thing is, sad at least, our father passed away about 5 years ago. But he left a really healthy inheritance. So it doesn't matter if we lose money on this venture. It's still going to be fine, and we can still tow cars and, enjoy it.
No, interesting. All right. That's actually a very harrowing story. I'm sorry to hear about your guys' loss. I'm sure. It's kind of sad that, we couldn't have Jake tonight. Is he doing all right? He's just tired or something?
Yeah, he's all right. He's just taking a nap.
Oh, I know that. I wish I was.
Wake up, Jake! Wake up! He's not waking up.
That's all right. It's quite all right. Maybe another time we'll get Jake on the phone too, and it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time. But we're here to talk to Blake, everybody. Blake Rogers, the man, the legend. I got to tell you, Blake. What is your favorite thing to do in the county? What is the favorite What's the hang? What do you enjoy doing? What's your favorite event? I know you guys do a lot of events throughout the county, throughout the city. What's the one thing you would say the absolute favorite thing you love to do?
My favorite thing is fixing cars, smoking redwoods, and drinking Big Top.
Drinking Big Top. All right. And smoking redwoods. Well, so I'm trying to get Redwoods to sponsor this station. So, maybe you could put in a good word for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I could try my best, but they only know me from buying 30 cartons a month, so I'm not really that big.
Oh, really? 30 cartons? That's how much you're down to these days?
Yeah, you down from 50.
Oh man, I tell you what. Yeah, I had to stop that years ago because it's not important. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, so anything you can tell me about it? Any events that you and Jake have coming up that you want to plug?
Oh, yeah. Coming up on, I think it's May 1st, there's going to be a GeoGuessr event where we go around the county and the city, and we take photos, and you post them on Birdie, and we take one photo real close, we back the second one up, and then we back the third one up mostly all the way, and if you find where it is, you get a point. And then the points are progressive, so even if you can't join till later, it still works out great. So make sure you stop on by.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely one of those people. I stop on later. I got stuff to do. Sometimes. But I always enjoy your guys' events. You guys always put on such wonderful events, and it gets a lot of people participating. I tell you, this Ejectocito event. I remember I was passing by the other day. Where did the inspiration for that come from? I got to ask you.
Car accident.
That's it? Car accident?
That's it. I was driving down the road down in Harmony. I look, and on the side of me, I see this cop. He pits this guy, and he slams into a telephone pole. He goes flying 70 feet down the road. It was actually kind of hilarious. He spit his teeth out all over the pavement. It was really funny. But anyway, I was like, man, how funny would it be if we just made a whole event just about that?
I tell you, yeah. And wait, the person that got ejected 70 feet, did they end up living? What is going on?
I have no idea.
Oh man, that's awful. I tell you what, it's been absolutely pleasure talking tonight. I know the fans at home and the listeners, they love it, and they were clamoring for you to come on. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners? Anybody you want to say hi to tonight?
No.
All right. Well, that's quite all right. Man of simple words, right? Blake Rogers over here, everybody. I want to thank Blake for joining us live in studio here at 91.9 KOCK. And we're going to go ahead and play a song by Big Tal Timmy that actually covers the Rogers Brothers. It's called the Rogers Brothers versus Nomad Toe, even though apparently all things are patched up here. But, you know, but we still got to play it because, you know, got to cover that airtime. So anyway, off we go. Thanks again, Blake. You were absolutely wonderful. We hope to have you on the show again here real soon, real soon, hopefully. And, you know, we'll have some more stories for you to share, maybe some war stories, something like that. Maybe your most ridiculous toe or something like that. We'll get you back on soon enough, though.
Of course, Chip. Thanks for having me. I've been a big fan for a while. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll see you around, Blake. Thanks again. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and start playing that Rogers Brothers versus Nomad Toe here live, 91.9 KOCK.
Lights. You could call no man, that's one way to go. But you'll be riding better with the Rogers Bros, oh yeah. Rogers Brothers towing, rolling to your side. Faster on the turnout, smoother on the ride. No man's cool, but everybody knows you get it done smarter with the Rogers Bros. Rogers Brothers towing. That's how it goes. Tire. Coffee in the cup and the hook hangs high. No man waves when they see us roll. Friendly little race, but we own that road. Rogers Brothers towing. Oh, that's how it goes. Hey.
All right, that was Rogers Brothers versus Nomad Toe for Big Tal Timmy. All right, it is about 15 to 10 here out on the West Coast, the best coast. We're going to be here live for you a little bit longer here for you. And we got one more song to play. Then we're going to run to another commercial. Actually, a couple more songs. We'll run to a new commercial break, and then we'll finish out with a few more songs. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. This has been so much fun tonight. I want to thank, again, mayoral candidate Doug Trammell running for Los Santos Mayor for the wonderful interview tonight talking about digging those wells, baby. We're going to keep digging. And then, of course, big shouts to friend of the program, Blake Rogers, for a wonderful interview. Man of a lot of words. It's just been absolutely great. And we so appreciate it. Yeah. That's pretty much that. So we're going to go ahead and move on now. Straight from 024 Jack, Deputy Timmy's Disappointment, live here on 91.9 KOCK.
Down in a town where the dust never settles, Deputy Timmy wore a star made of metal. He kept the law steady, he walked tall and fair, but his trust got broken by a man named John Carr. Oh, Timmy shakes his head, says, boy, you fell far. I thought you were better, I thought you had heart, but you crossed that line, now you're behind bars. Never thought I'd be this disappointed in John Carr.
thickest brothers back then. The Temptations a shadow and Greeley's a scar. Now Timmy's just sighing at the shame of John Carr. Oh, Timmy shakes his head, says, boy, you fell far. I thought you were better, I thought you had heart. But you crossed that line, now you're behind bars. Never thought I'd be this disappointed in John Carr. Deputy Timmy don't raise his voice. The sorrow cuts deeper than anger's noise. He locks the cell door, walks out in the dark, carrying the weight of his old friend John Carr. Oh, Timmy shakes his head, says, boy, you fell far. I prayed you'd be stronger, I thought you had heart. But you chose your own road, now it's cold behind bars. And I've never been so disappointed in John Carr. Down in that town where the night hides the stars, Deputy Timmy still remembers John Carr.
All right, that was Deputy Timmy's Disappointment by 024 Jack. Thank you so much again, Jack, providing us with some bangers tonight. Absolutely wonderful. All right, this next one, since we're on the Nomad Toe, Rogers Brothers, quote unquote, rivalry, we've got a new exclusive here to the station, 91.9 KOCK on the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy. That's me, your host. This is the Nomad Toe by Byron.
Sun hits metal and the day kicks in. Doors swing wide and the runs begin. Coffee in hand, boots hit the ground. First calls in, car stalled downtown. Another long day's about to go down. Rolling out steady with the black top gleam, working these roads like a well-oiled machine. From back road calls to the Main Street
All right, that was Nomad Toe. Thanks to Byron on that one. I tell you, that crew at Nomad Toe, they do a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job. They have bailed me out from time to time. I mean, so has the Rogers brothers, but, you know, I will say Nomad's definitely bailed me out quite a few times. So big shouts to the boys over there. Big shouts to the Rogers brothers, of course, too. Big shouts to everybody that's here tonight, chatting along and chat. I see you guys here. You're not invisible. All right, we got one more for you before we go to another commercial break. Last commercial break we got for the night before we call it a night on this debut. Again, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. This one comes to us from Papa Wells. This is Code of the King, an anthem or tribute to Ken Johnstone. Those of you who don't know who Ken Johnstone is, he's an absolute pain in the ass. But, you know, he keeps people safe, kind of, sort of, with his code enforcement. So here we are, Code of the King from Papa Bez. 91.9 KLCK.
Another warning sign! They all look away! Keep driving past and broken fences! Buried lies! They say it's fine, just paint the damage! But when the lines blur and every shortcut turns to smoke, he's standing firm, reads every rule like a one-time move. You think he's here to drag you down? He's here to keep this whole thing from burning out. Ken Johnstone, keeper of the code, holding up the walls when the wind explodes. When the cracks run deep and the blade gets thrown, he stands his ground, he won't let it Johnstone. Mythical and known, his light turns black and the road of stone. Every faith wall, every broken road, he turns it into right. He's the code of the code. Time for this thing, just let it slide. It's only paper, it's his families. Slaves, every cloud joint shapes them later. Clipboard in his hand and blood his compass sits inside. He'll face the storm alone. Daring to face this to hold the line. You say he's drawing harder lines. He's drawing maps to keep us all alive. Ken Johnstone, keeper of the code, holding up the walls when the wind explodes. All the cracks run deep and the blade gets thrown. He stands his ground, he won't let it Johnstone. Mythical and known, when the gray turns black and the road of stone. Every faded law, every broken road, he turns that into right. He's the code of the code. He walks through empty lots, sees what they could be, not what they are. Fight for the good and ones who'll never see the night and sight. When the easy path is looking down and walking past, he takes it deep, says this is where your future stands. Ken Johnstone, keeper of the code, holding up the walls when war explodes. Big cracks run deep and the blade gets thrown. He stands his ground, he will back Ken Johnstone. Mythical and known, when the gray turns black and the road of stone. Every faded law, every broken road, he turns it into right. He's the code of the code. He's the code of the code.
All right, that was king of the code for Papa Vez here live on the Evening Chip with me, your host, Chip Donaghy, here on 91.9 KOCK. And thanks again, you guys, for joining in, for tuning in, for chatting along. We got one more commercial break. We'll get back to you with a little more music, and then we're going to call it a night here on our wonderful debut. Again, you're listening to the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy, 91.9 KOCK.
Welcome to Binco, the crappiest bargain brand bin clothing store in Los Santos, where the only thing lower than our prices is Tony's IQ.
Hey, Tony! Stop stacking the shoes on top of the canned beans, you absolute moron!
Oh, Jesus. Look, at Binco, we got fashion. If you can call a $3 tank top with a ketchup stain fashion.
Hey, Tony! Why is that shirt wet? What did you do? A leak! That's a goddamn waterfall! Did you poke the ceiling again? I told you to stop doing that! The mold is holding this place together!
Anyway, come on down for our Everything Must Go before the health inspector shows up again sale. Pants for $5, jackets for $7, and socks.
Tony, why are the socks in the litter box? We don't have a cat, Tony! Where did that come from?
At Binco, we guarantee low prices because we find half this crap in abandoned storage units.
Hey, Tony! Put down the mannequin like those are for display, not a sword fight!
Jesus, Mary, and whoever is listening. Binco, the bargain bin of bargain bins, where the clothes are questionable, the atmosphere is hazardous, and the employees...
Tony, you are a walking lawsuit! Of course it is! Of course it is!
Binco. We tried. Kinda.
All right, everybody. Chip Donaghy here from 91.9 KOCK, the Evening Chip. This one comes to you from the Roxwood Motel, the fine people over there at Roxwood Motel. Yeah, that Roxwood Motel. Looking for a place to stay outside of Los Santos that won't ask too many questions? Well, the Roxwood Motel's got rooms available day or night. Affordable rates, convenient location, and doors that, well, they mostly lock, I think. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. Whether you're in town for business, passing through, or just need somewhere to lay low for a while, Roxwood Motel keeps it simple. Clean sheets, fresh towels, and management that respects your privacy, probably more than they should. Parking right outside your room, easy check-in, no long-term commitments unless you decide otherwise. Roxwood Motel, it's not luxury, it's availability. Roxwood Motel, not responsible for lost items, unexpected visitors, or noises coming from the next room. Roxwood Motel, if you need a room, they've got one.
You've had a long day, working, pretending to work, or yelling at traffic. You deserve a beer that says, I gave up a long time ago, and I'm proud of it. Introducing Pisswasser, the beer for real men who think imported just means it came from another gas station. It's the official beer of bad decisions, barbecue fires, and that tattoo you don't remember getting.
It's not drunk driving if you're only kind of drunk.
Exactly, Trevor. So crack open a cold one, kick back, and let your ex's lawyer worry about the rest.
Trevor, you owe me 5 months of child support, you piece of shit. Pick up the goddamn phone and call me back.
Pisswasser. German name, American game.
Hi, everyone. Chip Donaghy again, back here for you. A quick word from our partners over there at 24/7, or our sponsors. Not really partners, but hey, it is what it is. They're open all day, all night, and every day, because whatever just happened to you doesn't really run on a schedule. You need snacks, drinks, or something you can eat without asking too many questions. Well, 24/7's got shelves full of it. Hot food's always ready, or at least it's been there long enough to count. Grab a soda, pick up some chips, heat the ATM, and just watch out for those hidden fees. Friendly staff, secure counters, and lighting bright enough to make you rethink your life choices. 24/7, it's not where you want to be, it's where you end up. Multiple locations across Los Santos and Blaine County, and you're never that far from one. 24/7. Open, whether it's a good thing or not.
Warning, warning, warning. The following broadcast contains massive cock energy. Listener discretion is highly advised. It's the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy, live on 91.9 KOCK.
Hey there, everyone. Gather round. Have you ever wanted to get punched in the face? Oh, come on, who here hasn't? I know I have. Well, then, come on down to superhero town. I'm CB, only official joint punch in the world. Get the chance to be punched 4 times in the face by a superhero. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how is this legal? Well, it's because of these. Come here, let me show you. We have waivers now. Waivers are the only legal documentation to allow superheroes to punch you in the face. It's pretty simple, actually. We need your full name. You just need to sign it. And then print your name. It's super easy. And then put your date of birth. It's really quick. And then your address, phone number, and email address. It really only takes a few seconds and a sign at the bottom. Okay? And then after that, you get punched in the face 4 times by a superhero. It's awesome. Do you want to see how it works? Let me show you. All right. Come here, buddy. All right, what's your name? Josh? Josh? All right. And how old are you? Josh? I'm 22. You're 22? All right, great. You're an adult. Okay, so, have you ever been punched in the face before? Oh, never. You never been punched in the face before? Oh, that's great. You're gonna love this. Okay. Do you want to try it? Yeah, all right. Great. Come on up here, buddy. Okay. Now just hold out your hands like this. Okay. And just take the pen, sign your name right here, and then just print your name right here, and then put your address, phone number, and email, and then date of birth. Okay. And sign it right here. Okay. All right. Are you ready to get punched in the face 4 times by a superhero? Okay. Let me get my brass knuckles. Hold on. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how is this legal? Well, it's because of these. Come here, let me show you. We have waivers now. Waivers are the only legal documentation to allow superheroes to punch you in the face. It's pretty simple, actually.
All right, well, that was quite an amazing song. Sign the Waiver by Big Tal Timmy. Of course, friends of the channel know about the Junk and Captain Hero. And, it's worth it. It is worth the junk punch. I will tell you that much. It is definitely worth it. So you better sign that waiver. You better absolutely sign that waiver. Here comes another one from Hemi Games here. This one is Glitch Candy Heart. 91.9 KOCK.
Lip gloss, cherry coat, sticker phone, crack, screen glow. I dress like a mood swing, mismatched socks, gold nose ring. Tangy soda on my tongue, score your name, then I hit unsend. I'm allergic to your rose, glitter on my carpet, oops again. I'm a glitch candy heart, breaking pretty, falling apart. Text me once, I delete, restart. You can't handle how I crash and sparkle 2 a.m. in a plastic crown, laughing while I'm melting down. If I love you, I might bite too hard. I'm a glitch candy heart, glitch candy heart. Pink hair and a high side knot, eyeliner like a question mark. I say stay, then I ghost. Eat my feelings like cereal at dark. I want chaos, I want calm. Bubble wrap around my wrongs. You call me too much on the phone, but I bloom best over blonde. I'm a glitch candy heart, breaking pretty, falling apart. Text me once, I delete, restart. You can't handle how I crash and sparkle 2 a.m. in a plastic crown, laughing while I'm melting down. If I love you, I might bite too hard. I'm a glitch candy heart, glitch candy heart, Swipe right, panic, then I hide. Kiss you, then I change my mind. I'm not broken, I'm bespoke, limited edition joke. call 2 a.m. in a plastic crown. Laughing while I'm melting down. If I love you, I might bite too hard. I'm a glitch candy, glitch candy, glitch candy, glitch candy heart. Glitch candy, glitch candy, glitch candy, glitch candy heart.
All right, that was Glitch Candy Heart from Heavy Games. Wow, that was a good one. Kind of something I wasn't expecting, but I tell you what, first time ever listening to it. The producer occasionally knows how to pick the good stuff. All right, we're going to change gears here. Got a little bit of possibly some metal is what my producer's telling me. This is the Old Gangsters by the Barkman over here. Live for you on 91.9 KOCK. You're listening to the Evening Chip. Apparently it wouldn't be a segment without another mistake. All right, here we go. This one is the Old Gangsters from the Barkman. Here we go.
Blood on the streets, finish regret. Eugene laughs, can't forget. Broken bottles, shattered pride. Gangster past we cannot hide. Leather jacket, scar so deep. Memories haunt, no time to weep. Betrayal burns, trust betrayed. Old man, lost in games we played. Fists like thunder, hearts of stone. We ruled the night. Streets are thrown. The past won't die. It pulls us in. Eugene and Vinny, born to sin. Bass grounds low, drums explode. The weight of time, a heavy load. Rusty guns, but spirits fight. Gangster ghosts under neon light. Vinny's fists, Eugene's glare. Memories tangled in smoky air. Dice rolls quick, fate's cruel call. Old men's empire destined to fall. Fists like thunder, hearts of stone. We ruled the night. Streets are thrown. The past won't die. It pulls us in. Eugene and Vinny, born to sin.
All right, well, that was something, man. That brought me back to my days in the 80s. That was the Old Gangsters from the Barkman over here. I tell you what, he is the Barkman's been bringing it tonight, especially with Pocket Burger, and now the Old Gangsters. Perfect. And actually, it's perfect. I tell you what, I love Eugene. If you've ever run into him, great guy. Speaking of great old guys, turns out that my producer's telling me that we have another call in here. This is the current mayor of Los Santos. This is William Clampton, of course, as those of you know. William, it's so great for you to join us here tonight. And, we only have time for a little bit, but I do appreciate you being here. As you know, we had the mayoral candidate Doug Trammell on earlier, and that was it was really something special. But it sounded like he didn't have a lot of good things to say about you. Maybe I give you a chance to respond here. Maybe not really like a debate platform, but maybe it's something that you could. Just come on and speak your piece. Maybe try and convince the people of Los Santos to steer back in your direction. What do you have to say, Mr. Mayor?
It's this guy here, this joker, this person on here. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's talking about digging wells all over the place. And before I go into it on, thank you for having me on. I want to say hello to all your lovely listeners out there. I love you all. Y'all are great people out here. And I just want to say that this whole idea of digging wells and putting one officer for every citizen, it's just absolutely ridiculous. This guy's a loose cannon. We can't have that running our town. We just can't have it, I'm telling you. So we have to, I count on you guys in November to vote for me, to keep me in mayor, and I will promise that I will work for you, and I will work for only you. I'm not going to work for anybody else.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I mean, that is just absolutely fascinating words, very inspiring. And I know, Mr. Trammell didn't have a whole lot of good things to say about you. But, I mean, he's been calling out a lot of different policies that you've been having in crime and saying that the crime is the worst that it's ever been in the county and in the city.
Well, look. Crime, he has to look at the proportions, right? There have been so many people coming in to the city and some people coming into the county as well. And I can't control what goes on in the county. I can only really, control what goes on in the city. And, we've been having a lot of people. Well, a lot of people means you're going to have a lot of crime coming in, and that's the fact of life. People come in, more crime's going to happen. And, I'd like to say that violent crime has actually gone down during my tenure. So, it's really not that big of a deal. Crime is crime. Crime's always going to exist. There's nothing wrong with crime, and there's nothing wrong with our police officers. They're doing a great job. They're really, really doing a great job. So, hey, listen, I don't know what this joker's talking about with putting one cop and just hiring people off the street and giving them guns. I mean, this isn't the Wild West here, Chip, and I know you know that.
Well, of course I know that. Of course I know that, William, and listen, you yourself are not without any kind of controversy. We had that controversy, that scandal a couple of years ago with your secretary, and, any comments that you have on that?
Well, listen, being a politician always puts you under the microscope of everybody else and, the media and everything. And I tell you what, there's nothing wrong with a little scandal, keeps it, all press is good press in my book. And, there's nothing wrong with loving a woman with big ankles, all right? She had some nice thick old ankles.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we're going to have to cut you off on that one, okay? I'm really, really sorry. I don't want to get into that, okay? Your preference in women with large ankles, that's really not something that's going to belong on this station. So anyway, Mr. Mayor, thank you again for joining us tonight. We'll see you again, and good luck in your mayoral race. I know that, I'll be watching the debate and all that stuff. So anyway, we're going to go back to some music here. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, again for joining in. And sorry we had to cut you off, but, got to get back to what the people wanted. That's great music. We've got another one here from Jay coming into you live. This is Cop Cutie. This is dedicated to all of our Cop Cuties all throughout Blaine County, Los Santos, Roxwood, and beyond. Cop Cuties by Jay, live on 91.9 KOCK.
Sunburn sign says sandy shores have to let us fill last year. Liquor store cat on the icebox judging me like a mirror. Rusty trucks lined up crooked, trailer door swing in the breeze. You pull up, silver shades on, ticket book flirting with my knees. Arrest me, make it sexy. Deputy Timmy throws cuffs like it's prom in the county. Call me to get locked down. You say, sir, you've been day drinking. I say, just your face in my cup. Blame the cheap beer, blame the heat wave, but you're the one messing me up. You right, loitering suspicious on that little pad of sin. Yeah, I'm lowering in your orbit. Book me, baby, take me in. Arrest me, make it sexy. Deputy Timmy, throw those cuffs like it's prom in the county. Oh yeah, call me guilty of thinking you're a cop. Cutie boots on the boardwalk, stomping on my dogs. Arrest me, make it messy. Daddy cop through me, sirens in my chest. Can't calm it down if crushing on you's illegal in this town. I'm trying to get locked down. Hands up, face the cruiser. You frisk my heart like a sore loser. You say anything you say can and will be used. I say, Timmy, write this down. I consent to be amused. Hey, arrest me, make it sexy. Deputy Timmy, pat me down like I'm smuggling bad ideas. Call me guilty of loving a cop. Cutie graffiti on my soul says, take me away, arrest me. Oh, make it messy. Daddy cop do me. Backseat blues with the windows down. If wanting you's a felony in Sandy Shores, I'm begging to get locked down. Sun sinks low on the trailer lights. You slam the door. We roll on out. Little town waves in the mirror while you book me for running my mouth. Yeah, you book me for running my mouth.
All right, well, that was Cop Cutie by Jay. Boy, he really does have an affinity for that Deputy Timmy, doesn't he? Anyway, live here on 91.9 KOCK. We got a couple more songs here for you. We're going to slow things down a little bit. Another one from Zombie here. This one is going to be called The Zombie Blues. Live on 91.9 KOCK. You're listening to The Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy.
The night's so cold, it bites my skin. Moon hangs low like a ghostly grin. I'm dragging my shadow. Where do I begin? I'm a zombie keep on stumbling, wild and untamed. I got no soul, no soul to sell, just a hollow howl, a lonesome yell. I'm a zombie, baby, walking through the pain. Heart don't beat, but I feel the rain. Oh, I'm a zombie, baby, lost my name. Try to love you, but my hands are stone. Try to hold you, but I'm too far gone. The blues don't care if you're flesh or bone.
All right, that was the Zombie Blues by Zombie 16. Hey, he did such a all the blues songs that he's brought tonight have been absolute just bangers. I've been saying that a lot tonight, and that's what the children say out there, bangers. That's it's amazing. A lot of great songs been brought to the table tonight, especially for this wonderful debut of the Evening Chip with your host, Chip Donaghy. That's me, the guy behind the mic. We have one more song for you, and then we're going to call it a night here out in the 91.9 KOCK studios out somewhere outside of Sandy Shores. Well, hey, this is... it's been a great night. I want to thank you, everybody, again for tuning in and being a part of this. It really means a lot, all of you that chatted along. All right. Well, since we were on a little bit of a Blake Rogers kick, we're going to end the night with the Blake Rogers tale, fresh from Big Towel Timothy. This is the last song of the night, and then we'll say goodbye. Can't believe it's gone so fast. Listening live on 91.9 KOCK.
In a small town diner at the end of the day, there's a man named Blake with a lot to say. High pompadour, hair slicked back just right. He'll spin you a yarn till the morning light. Looks like Johnny Bravo or Elvis reborn. He'll rope you in with a smile that's worn. You'll lean on the counter, sip your Diet Coke, while Blake weaves a tale about the farming folk. Blake Rogers, oh, he can talk all night with stories that stretch from dusk till light. He'll ramble about love, hard work, and strife. Never let you speak, but he brings tales to life. Every tale he tells is full of twang about heartache, moonshine, and cattle rain. He'll wink and nod, tap his cowboy boots. His words roll out like a fiddle's roots. You might want to chime in, add a line or two, but Blake just keeps on like a train true blue. He talks about the past dreams and the stars of honky-tonk bars and rusty old cars. Blake Rogers, oh, he can talk all night with stories that stretch from dusk till light. He'll ramble about love, hard work, and strife. Never let you speak, but he brings tales to life. chime in, add a line or two, but Blake just keeps on like a train true blue. He talks about the past dreams and the stars of honky-tonk bars and rusty old cars. Late Rogers, oh, he can talk all night with stories that stretch from dusk till light. He'll ramble about love, hard work, and strife. Never let you speak, but he brings tales to life.
All right, well, that was the Blake Rogers Tale live here on 91.9 KOCK. Again, that was the last song of the night. I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. Mr. Producer, I know I've given you some flack all night tonight. You got anything you want to say to the audience before we sign out for the evening?
Yeah, man. I mean, not really, man. I mean, thanks, guys, for having us on and, like, chatting along and all that. Like, that's pretty cool, man. Like, I'm so glad, like, people are listening to the radio and, it's perfect, man. Like, love and all this stuff. All right, Mr. Producer, we're going to have to cut you off there. This was really fantastic tonight. Again, you guys, really appreciate it. You guys were great. Thank you to everybody who suggested songs and gave shout outs. Thanks to Blake who called in tonight, did a nice little interview with him, and Doug Trammell, of course, and William Clampton, both running for mayor. Make sure you guys vote for that important election, the Los Santos mayor election going on in November, that first Tuesday in November. Go and vote. It's your duty. We got to save Los Santos one vote at a time. Thanks again, you guys, for listening. 91.9 KOCK. You listen to the Evening Chip with Chip Donaghy. Tuning in again very soon. I'll let you guys know we're tuning live here again. 91.9 KOCK.
From the heart of Sandy Shores to the edge of Blaine County, this is 91.9 KOCK. Rocking your airwaves since forever. You're listening to the Evening Chip with your host, Chip Donaghy.